G'day everybody, it's Max and welcome back to InfraSpace GIGA. That's right. And in today's episode, can we save Canyon City? Oh noes! There appears to be a malfunction, and the malfunction is not pretty, and we need to fix it. I am not surprised. Well, I am a little surprised, actually. I must admit, I am a little surprised, maybe a little disappointed, and a few other things. But we're going to try and fix it because that's what we do. After playing several iterations of InfraSpace and making a city with 100K plus and all the things, the Cube series, the Core series, all that stuff. We can do this, people. We can fix it. So before we get started, I want to thank everybody who's been recently subscribed, including Brianna and Savior 65. You betcha. And of course, their names and others are scrolling at the bottom of the screen. As I appreciate that very much. Along with. Those who watch later on, and of course those who join in the chat and all the things, I very much appreciate that. So with that, I am not even going to push the other button today because I've been forgetting to push it again. I'm just going to go straight to the action, people. We're going straight to the action today. Mr. O, what's going on? I hope things are good in the neighborhood. And as you can see, now time has been running on for a while, and so of course... we're going to talk about everything that's been going on with the city up to this point. Time has been running on for a bit. I'm going to talk about what's going on with Canyon City up to this point. Because, I've got another probably 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, probably another 8, 9, 10. Really? Oh, yeah, we got at least another 10 to 15 of these to go. We were just getting started, and it's not good, people. It's not good. So we're going to have to talk about what's going on with the city and how we're going to get around it. So let's talk city first. All right. Let's talk city first as soon as you turn up the game volume a little bit there, Max. I don't know what's going on. Game volume's really low today. I don't know why. Anyway, first... obviously, after we fix the spaceship, everything's been now diverted into the drill. As you can see, we have mined 664 of that magical stuff that the drill does. And, this part is going well. This is okay. Obviously, we're going to run short on things, like, for example, right? Because you need stuff, right? You need stuff to make this all work. So obviously, radiation cores, all the things. Red science is always going to be the bottleneck because it takes so long to make it. It takes so long. Whereas everything else is kind of made in under 60 seconds or less. Red science takes 160 seconds, and it requires some big stuff. So obviously, but this, it is running. According to this, it's giving me 2.9 a minute, which I think is pretty good, actually. I'm pretty sure that's not accurate, though. I'm pretty sure it's only going to give me one every 40 seconds, or one every 40 seconds at best, but that's okay. Usual stuff and problems when you're preparing a big party for your kid who won't remember any of it. Yeah, what is about that? Well, I guess that's what pictures are all for, right? So you can go back to the pictures one day and say, do you remember this? Do you remember that? Do you remember these? And, even adults don't remember half the time, so you got to take pictures. You know what the problem is with pictures? Is we used to appreciate pictures a lot more than we do now. And, of course, that is because of cell phones, right? Because pictures can be taken a dime a dozen now, we have no true appreciation for pictures. We'll talk about that more, but let's keep... I'm gonna wrap up my city review, and as we start to try and do repairs, we'll talk about pictures and about how today's pictures just aren't the same. They're just not the same. So we had, we still have... our 3 zones of working on the city, right? So, of course, when you look at a building, and we'll come down here, and you can see the city's looking pretty beat up. The city's pretty beat up, people. When you're looking at a building, of course, the first things they want, right, besides a little oxygen, and they want survival food, right, and their water. But one of the first things they want, of course, is they want home appliances. And then right after that, they tend to want a computer and a park. And that is one of our 3 zones up top. It makes home appliances and computers for everybody. Then, of course, as they advance up through the ranks, of course, then they want home robots. And we have our second zone making home robots. And then, of course, when they get into wanting to go to level 6, they want VR education. And, of course, that is the final zone down there on the far end. Now, these zones were being fed by train, and then the train, of course, would take this to our lifts, and the lifts would run that down into the city. And at the very end of the last stream, we had noticed that there was a little bit of issue going on here with cell number 4. It seemed like it was a little hit and miss at times, and it was like, okay, you know, we'll keep an eye on that. And sure enough, now the game has run for several hours past that point. And unfortunately, the entire Canyon City is suffering for it. As you can see here, there are many buildings that have been degraded. They're falling apart. One minute they're good, the next minute they're not. I'm pretty sure are you not in range of a park, dude? Really? Okay, well listen. I'm not even going to try and fix that. I'm not going to fix that right now. We got buildings that go up, they go down, they go back up again, they go down again. You know, Magnum's having a hard time. He's having a hard day here, people, right? I mean, you know, it's been pretty brutal. It's been pretty brutal. Now, I'm going to give you my theory as to why this is going on. But there's no confirmation in this. This is total speculation, so don't take my word on this. I believe the problem is the new map sizes have not correlated into any new calculations. So let's take this building, right? This building is very upset with us. Right? It wants home robots, gosh darn it, and it wants them right now. And it says 6 of them are being delivered. But I think it didn't request this, because basically it would request 6, and this would fill up, right? So if we have a look over here, basically, when you're looking at a full level 6 building that receives home robots, 6 of them would fill this bar completely. Okay, so this, as you can see here, this is about to run out of home robots, and it's been putting out requests saying, listen, I need robots, but the problem, I think, is that I don't think the calculation has been, what would it be, expanded to incorporate a large map. So in this case, if your map was 100 by 100 before the update, right? And in the upper left-hand corner, you had your robots. And in the bottom right-hand corner was the building requesting those robots. I believe the way they worked out their calculation would have been, okay, the farthest a robot will ever be is 100 away, right? So if the robots are way up there and the building is way down here, this is the max calculation you will ever need to make that request for a home robot, right? And life is good, right? But now we're playing on 400 by 400 maps, and I think the problem is that the cities, the buildings, are just not making the requests in time, and because they didn't increase the amount that each of these buildings could hold, they're not holding enough of material that before they're running out, they're putting out the request too late. Like, instead of waiting for this to get down to like 2 or whenever the magic number is to make requests, this should literally be requesting like at 3 or 4 even, right? Because of the distance it has to travel. And I think that's the problem. Now, of course, trains complicate that because trains just complicate things. It's just the way it is. Trains are awesome. But trains do make things complicated because when you're shoving a whole bunch of stuff onto a train and then that train's got to deliver all that stuff, it's an added piece of calculation, right? So you're taking a robot and from point A to B, and then you got to go from B to C, and then B to C then you're going from C to D, D to E, and then E to F, right? That's a lot of calculation taking place, and I think it's just not doing it, right? So a few things are going to happen here. One, the other thing, of course, is that this is my first non-segmented city in a while, right? The core, the cube, all this stuff. I've always built segmented cities because they're easy to control, especially in this game where item failure is city failure, right? And if in those other series, like if you lost a cube, well, no big deal, okay? Like, so you accidentally messed up a home robot for that cube, and that cube faltered, right? Chances are you could recover very easily because the other 20 cubes were fine, right? But in this case, the whole city's interconnected. So if there's a problem with home robots, it's not affecting one sector, it's affecting all the sectors, and they're all failing, right? And that is the problem. So I think it's a combination that maybe they didn't work out all the new math to handle like a non-segregated city. And so we're going to have to fix this. It has to be fixed, people. Basically, I tried to do a temporary fix by cutting off the train system and putting roads back in to try and fix this up. Now, it has worked somewhat. But the other problem, of course, is that once you start doing that maneuver, what do you get? A lot of traffic, right? And if you haven't got, and of course this is why I usually do segmented sections, because now we have an entire city to feed with multi-sections built on multi-sectional pieces here, and the traffic is now the problem. The problem is there's just too much traffic on the road, and of course it's causing this, right? It's causing cloggingness, it's causing craziness, and of course, even though we've reduced the amount of touch points, so now the touch points is from A to B, B to C, C to D, so we've reduced the touch points by 3, but unfortunately, the traffic on that is unfortunately still a problem, and so we're going to have to do some work today. So now that's where we are. We're going to segment the cities off. Everybody's going to get their own gondola now. Congratulations, guys. Gondolas for everybody. Everybody's going to get a gondola, which will make it look awesome, but this is it's a little sad in a way because unfortunately, it is not the way I wanted to do this, but it's going to be the way we're going to have to do it just to see if we can make the city recover. And hope for the best. So let's start to clean up all the things. We're going to try and clean this all up. We're going to take the train stations out. We're going to add a whole bunch of new roads. I know, trains. I'm sorry. It's welcome to reality, guys. Reality is, it's unfortunate, but it's got to go. Okay. So the cleanup begins, and we have to leave this on pause for a while because it's a mess. It's such a mess. If you want to see a city crashing really fast, just go ahead. Now, really, I don't have to take this all out right away, but we got to try and clean up these areas here so we can start putting in some actual road networks and things. I mean, I could do the same trick with roads as I could probably do the same trick that I do with roads to get it down in the city. So, like, okay, let's do a thing here. The time it would take is forever. I mean, I could probably build a train bridge across the canyon and then build offshoots off of it and build them down. I've already tested that with roads. Roads, I can actually, like, if I'm really desperate and the gondolas are giving me that hard of a time, I can build highway bridges across these canyons and then force ramps to come down into the cities. It's ugly as sin, but I can do it. And I'm sure I could probably pull that off with a train. I'd really, like, it's just really not, it's just bad all around. It's just bad. And it's really a bummer. It's really a bummer. I mean, the trains look so cool when they were running around and they were full of things. And you know, it's kind of like, you know, just I wanted coolness, and I was having fun with the trains, and now I can't have fun with trains because it appears the trains just don't want to work for me. And that's I mean, that's life, people. Sometimes you don't get what you want. But I mean, the first goal is to try and save what we have. If we can't save what we got, then, you know, then I mean, really, we are in trouble here, right? So I mean, we got to save what we have before we can talk about expansion. And so, of course, that is the work that we're working on right now. Is basically let's save the 8,000 or 9,000 people we got, and then if I can save them, then we'll see how far we can expand it out, and then maybe one day. So you can see here, I'm not taking all the track out. I will say though, knowing what I know now, I probably would take a lot of this track out, because knowing what I know now, you need to have so much room to put in these gondolas, and this track is way too close to the canyon to get a lot of this to work. So knowing what I know now, I would definitely move this all around, right? But I mean, it is what it is. That's all part of the game, right? You got to, you know, learn new experiences and blah blah blah. As it is. Not worried about trains right now. Trains are out the door as we try to save the poor 9,000 people I've got down here from dying, and that's, you know, that's kind of important. Do all the things. Yeah, like you can see here, like there's just traffic. I mean, like I tried to save the cities, or save the sectors as they were. It's definitely not happening. It's just not happening, people. Like, I mean, look at this. I mean. This is a 4 times size map now, which means I have 4 times long traffic jams. It's not pretty. It is not pretty. So, are we going to be able to save what we got? Sure we are. I mean, losing is not in my name, mister. We are going to save it. It is not going to be pretty to save, but we are going to say, gosh darn it, we are saving this. It'll be fine. Okay, take all this out. The experiments I had to do just to try and not lose everybody. Now, I mean, this is where, if I really needed, like, right now we're still okay, right? We have 8,000 people working. We have almost 9,000 people. I mean, it fluctuates a lot because these buildings are collapsing and coming back and dying off and coming back again. So there's a lot of chaos at the moment. But if I really needed 1,500 people, we would kill science, right? We would kill this. I mean, if I need 1,500 people, this is gone, people. I mean, we will take care of that. Right now, the science can stay. It's all running out. Like, we are still above the number, so I am not going to panic yet. But gosh darn, and this is once again where I wish I could say, hey, you know what we need? On and off switches for buildings. So I could say, hey, turn this building off. Boop, and the 15 people would go do other things, right? Turn this off, turn this off, turn all this off. I would rather spend 10 minutes turning all these buildings off and saving this infrastructure and the buildings than to just take my delete key and delete all this, because then I have to rebuild it all, and that's a bummer. That's a real bummer. I hate that mechanic. So I am hoping that they and I just haven't had time to put feedback into the forums yet, because I mean, it's just, you know, it's crazy, right? It's a crazy time of crazy things. Okay, well, that takes care of the train station part. Now for the city part. Yup. Hey, guess what, guys? Actually, we can probably leave this road alone. We will use this road. Okay, you gotta pick one side or the other, Max. What are you gonna do? I think we actually pick this side as the common road. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, I mean, there's some things that we can leave common-wise, right? Like sulfur. I can leave sulfur as a combinator and then just have it feed farms from a single road, right? Really special? Go on, yes. But one of these roads is now going to have to become the gondola special, if we want to have it that way. The problem is right now I've got both of these roads being common denominator roads, so this is going to get ugly. This gets real ugly, actually. What do you want to do with this? Can I? It would be better if this road was the common denominator road and this road was the dedicated road, because these gondolas are all going to have to come down from this side, and as you can see, they all kind of end up on this back highway, right? It means I'm going to have to probably redesign some of my farm stuff, but whatever. I mean, this is going to be part of today anyway. So separate train lines for each final production. Yeah, I mean, I might try to do that later, where I actually put in like dedicated train lines for just one item. You know, so like all the robots go on a train and all the other things go on a train. But right now, like I said, the train lines. I mean, this train line here, this part of it here is actually fine. That part down there is too close to the canyon. I'd have to back it off anyway. So I hope we'll put trains back in sometime, but right now I know I can depend on roads and like basically dividing this up. I'll probably make that work. Yeah, we're gonna have to make the better interchanges, just like in my previous series. You know, with the cube and the core and all that stuff, because we'll need the better roads. Like we need the better road networks now. What happens if those buildings don't have road accesses? Yes, the workers still stay. And I hate that because, yeah, that sounds like a great idea, right? Take away the roads, no workers, right? No, the workers will still go. The workers are still there. They don't care if they have roads or not. It just upsets the buildings. Yeah, it's too bad. Okay, dude. You had your laugh. Let's see if we can't make this work. You got power lines and terrible things like that. Wow, so far you're actually doing okay here, dude. Are you actually going to make this work? Is this the thing that's going to happen? I think it's a thing that might happen. Holy smokes. I think you can make this work, dude. All right. Well, I mean, this was all part of the plan. Well, it's not part of the plan, but it's part of the plan now. I mean, it is the plan now. The plan now is to make this work. So if you can make this work, dude, I mean, that would be awesome. Look at that. You can make this. You go, boy. Yeah, you can make this work, dude. You can make this work, and it's going to be awesome. Okay. So you got to upgrade some roads. You got to downgrade some roads. You got to put in some roads and put out some roads and roads. Okay. Yep, it's a game of road. Well, it is a game of roads. So I mean, it is what it is. No, we need that road to go the other way, dude. There you go. Really? Are you gonna put these all in backwards? Because that would. Okay, you're gonna annoy me like that. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. I'll just pretend I'm not even noticing that you're putting these all in the wrong way. All right. Well, now you'll put these ones in right, though, right? Yes. Very good. Okay. Now, you had a road back here, so, yeah, turn this off. There we go, and we're going to do that. And we'll even upgrade this road here to be the little bluish type road. Come on, think about it, dude. Come on, dude. You can do it. You can, there you go. You can do it. All right. You can do it. I know, game. Really, they're going to have to fix this little dilemma they got going on. Okay, there we go. So this is the community road. Everything is fine, right? Yep, that looks good there. I'll deal with the farms in a minute. Let's just make sure that all the road stuff is connected. This is a terrible road connection, but I think the plants are giving me a hard time here. Oh, no, okay, you're not going to give me a hard time. Are you going to give me a hard time there? Sorta, but not really. Okay, I mean, you know, you try to make this stuff look nice, but it's really difficult sometimes. Okay, well, it comes down here. If you come back here a little bit, can we do something like that? And then something like this? Something like that. Yep. And again, this is going to be the community side of the road. So basically this road... Okay, this is a little ugly. I will admit. This one is not as pretty as I would like. But it is what it is, I guess. Come on. Dude, can you grab it? Can you not grab it? There you go. You got it. You got it. The community road will be what we use for transporting population around and all the things. But all these sectors cannot get out onto this road. They're all one-way inwards, right? So these are one-way roads that come into the sector, but they can't come back out. Okay, that's all looking pretty good. All right, so we should be good for that. Now, this side will be the side that we divide off. Yep. So, bye-bye. Boop. Yep. See you later. Okay, let's turn that off. Do this and that. This and this. What is this road? Oh, okay, so this is... Yeah, so this here is going to have to go over here, but we'll fix that soon enough. Okay, so... yes. No. You're going to have to stop there. And you're going to have to cut this off. Where do you want to cut this off at? Right about here, I guess. Sorry, guys. It is what it is. I'm going to have to fix all these farms. Man, that's going to get ugly. It's going to get ugly. Not much you can do about it, though. Whether it gets ugly or not doesn't matter. It's got to be fixed. You got to fix it. Okay. Then this city cube, it can end right about here somewhere, I guess. Sure. Yeah. Boy, is somebody ever going to be upset because I just blew up somebody's home appliances. I'll tell you right now. Boy, are they not going to be happy. They're going to be like, man, where did my home appliances go? And they're going to be like, I think that guy just blew them up. Sorry, guys. Listen, only one people. How to win? What's going on in the neighborhood? I hope it's all good. What are you upset about, dude? Listen, do this, do this, do this, do that. There we go. Okay, so this is now segregated that side of the road off, and boom, boom. Everybody happy there? Well, I'm not happy, but I'm willing to accept fate as it is. First things first. We do have a landing pad here. You're going to now have to switch the farms to go out onto this road so they can use it. So farms are going to be a weak spot in this little plan because they shouldn't be that much of a weak spot, but they are going to be a bit of a weak spot because we are still going to use them as a communal source. We're not going to try to use them as a sectional source. We're going to hope that the farms can all feed each other, right? So is that going to go well? Probably not. But we're going to risk it anyway. That's because that's what I do. Come on, think about it. Yep, I need you to switch to this road. I need you to do this. I need you to do that. Yes, let's do this. Yep, do that. And then I need you to draw this out here. And you're going to do that and do that. Okay, so that puts communal food out onto that. Good job, people. Listen, are you really upset about that road? Okay, well, just hold on a second. Let me push a button and a thing and a thing. Please replace that and don't blow it up. All right, cool. What is up? Well, I am trying to fix the city from self-destruction. Is what I'm doing. though I won't spend my entire time talking about it from the beginning. Basically, I think there's some mathematical calculation problems with the city in terms of the new map sizes, and it is causing the city to crash. Now, that's nothing new in InfraSpace. You have to kind of know the mechanics of the game a little bit. That being said, I am now in the process of, we're going to try to minimize the damage as much as possible to hopefully have success in our future, if we can put it that way. That's the goal here, people. We want success. I don't do failure. I don't do bad. Do this. And I need this food to now go this way, like this. Yeah, okay, take that off. Put this on, and why won't you? Why can't you do that? Like, why can't you do this? Like, don't you get me cranky? Why are you? Why can't you? Yeah, connect to that. All right, gee whiz, and connect to that. There we go. There. So you're gonna be able to get food from that. And of course, the next thing I'm working on here is we got to get these guys sulfur again, right? So I'll have to deal with that. Are each of the city groups independent, or they need each other? So they did need each other. The city was each sector. There are four. I have 4 sectors at the moment, but basically it's one big city. Now I'm actually breaking them up into mini cities, and the reason I'm doing that is because of the faltering that's going on within the entire game, right? So basically, my previous series, I always did them in individual mini cities or mini sectors or cubes or cores, right? And though each core would have its own food, its own resources, and if something happened to a core or if something happened to one of the cubes, the other ones weren't affected. But in this case, this is the way a lot of people would build a city, right? You would actually build it as just one big city. Unfortunately, when you do that and something goes wrong, the entire city crashes. And of course, if your population drops below your jobs numbers, the chances of you making a comeback are nearly impossible. Usually the city will fully collapse and you're basically done, right? So we are now trying to save the city by literally forcing these to become their own. I'm going to call them sectors for this series, but we're going to force these into individual sectors where they can survive on their own. If one of them collapses, not a problem, right? The other 3 won't be affected. That's the plan. That's the plan. I'm sticking to it. So that is food number 2, but we're going to have to get you some sulfur. Your food number 1, and yes, we got to get you some sulfur too, because that's a thing. We do have highways of sulfur up here, and we probably should do something with that. It would be nice if we could. Yeah, in fact, you know what? Let's just take this out of here for the moment, so as I can see and work with what I got here, right? So we're gonna do that, this, this. Okay. It sounds smart. Well, I mean, it's something I've done. Like in all my series, I usually do them in some sort of segmented way, whether I call them cubes or cores or sectors or whatever. It's very because and the main reason you have to do that is because there's no way to divert population easily. Yes, they do give you a production overview chart, and yes, to a small degree, you can manipulate this production overview chart to a small amount to get population to move around to where you need it, but it's not great, right? Like if I adjust these, electronic chips, right now, all the electronics on the board are using 944 people. Its demand is 944. But we have over 1,000 people working in microchips, which means, hey, we should be safe, right? The problem is that that's the entire planet's number. That is not each area's number. So I may have more than enough chips here, but I may actually be starving for chips over here at this factory. But you can't see that on this chart. All you see is the overall amount looking good, right? And that's because the game would say, oh, well, no problem. Those guys over there with extra chips will ship theirs over here because these guys are running short. But you can't do that on this map because these factories can't get to those factories and vice versa, right? And then that's where the problem really comes in. I must admit, it's a game mechanic that's a little tricky to kind of get a handle on. And, I mean, that's fine. You just kind of... that's why it's so much easier to work on this stuff as in mini segments of cities, not as one big mega city, because then it allows you much more control over everything that's going on. And I must admit, you kind of avoid the production overview thing, which gets really useless after your city starts growing, right? We've got these guys and this is way too much food. Way too much food. I mean, it's enough food for these, but we're gonna have to work on that. Okay, so these guys are hooked together. These guys are hooked together. Let's cut these guys off because these guys, we don't want these guys out here. Yeah. Let's straighten this road out a little bit. Do that. Do this. Yeah. Do that. Do something like that. I don't know. Just hooked up the road for now is all I'm doing, really. There we go. Yep. Yes, game, come on. And yes, this game definitely needs a performance update. Now, this game is early access, right? They are still working on things all the time, all the things. So, it's always important to note, a lot of people, when they get early access games, they almost forget what that means now, right? It's like they get a game and they expect it to be almost a fully functional game, and then they really panic when it's like when an update comes out and it breaks half the game, and it's like, but yeah, it's early access. That's the whole point. The whole point is that sometimes they're going to release stuff and it's going to really break stuff. So, yikes. But hey, it is what it is, people. It is what it is. So let's put this road in here for the future, just so as I have it. Now, we'll get these guys some sulfur here in a minute. It'll be great. This is going to be fine. Now we're going to have to deal with individual gondolas, because that's the only way this is going to work. Yay. Okay, gondola number 2. We're going to put this right about here somewhere. Boop, boop. All the things. And then we're going to put your friend down here. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. Somewhere's right about here, I guess. Yeah, right about there. All right, so there, that's a gondola. This gondola will feed Sector 1. This gondola will feed Sector 2. This gondola is going to be really hard to get in because room. We can make this work, though. It'll be fine. We'll get this to work. Oh, come on, game. It's only some methane. It's not the end of the world. Come on, make this happen. There we go. Come on. There you go. I knew you could do it. Let's see. Somewhere's around here, I guess. Sector 3. No, don't. What are you turning sideways for, game? Because you can't fit that in there. Wow. Okay, listen. Well, as much as I hate to lose some of the methane, it's not okay. I'm talking here like I'm making a 500,000 city or something. I'm not. I'm just making a canyon city. So it's all right to lose a little bit of this methane, Max. It's perfectly fine. It's okay. You don't have to mine all the methane on the planet. In fact, you're not even using methane for anything except for the science. So it's okay to give up a little methane. Sure. Please stop turning that sideways. That drives me crazy. There we go. There's the third gondola in for this little area. And I see this has a gondola. but right now, the way it works is not good. This gondola is providing science, but I mean, this gondola could also provide the methane for science because the methane's right there. So really, I could take this gondola out and move it back here, and it would probably be fine. Yes. Is that going to be a problem? Is that going to be okay? I think it's actually okay. I think I'm going to do that. I think I'll give gondola 3 will become my new science gondola with the methane gas, and which means I don't need this road here anymore because that's its only job was the methane gas, and I think I'll just pump the methane gas into the back of this and we'll be good to go. Gondola 4 here now will actually now belong to this this sector. It'll belong to sector 4, and see if we can't fix that up. You've got power wires running down here, Max. Is that a problem? Well, not really. It all depends what I want to do with them. Let's do this, do that, do this, do this, do that. Do some of this, take that out. Crush all that. It's all very boring anyway, blah, blah, blah. And, okay, you took too much out there, dude. You only meant to take some of that out. Well, I had to take it out anyway. Whatever. Whatever. Okay, there we go. We's good. We's good. Okay, let's get in a gondola for these guys. And we're going to put in a gondola right about here, I think. Flip, flip. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. The power wire is probably a bad thing. Put it right about there somewhere. All right, cool. So now we have individual gondolas that are going to feed their individual sectors. Now we have to put in highways for this. Oh man. Okay, but we knew that this was going to be a thing, Max. This was going to be a thing. Okay, so now we got to deal with our 3 zones, right? We got to deal with the broken zone for home appliances, the broken zone for robots, and the broken zone for VR education. Now, I want to point out, I am going to try a couple of different things here. First of all, this factory, all right, this factory here in the cube series, all right, this would supply 2 full cubes, all right. This is a pretty intense factory. This is a 2 cube factory. Now, for some unknown reason, when I tried to get this to supply, when I tried to get this to work in this series, it would only supply that first sector or cube. All right. I don't know if the ratios have changed or if the production has changed, but I am going to try to now. I am going to try to have this do 2 sectors at a time, because I mean we would get. I mean, this is going to get really ridiculous if we start trying to shove a lot of roads out here, right? So basically, 2 of these. Like, this should be able to do 2 sectors, and this should be able to do 2 sectors, especially since one of them sectors is really tiny. Like, these 2 center sectors are pretty small. Like, they're only about not even 2/3 the size of my standard cube builds. So we should be able to do this, right? Well, again, delivery distance is not something I can deal with right at the moment. But let's take a diversion here, and I'm going to talk to you about how we get down the rest of this canyon. So what the plan was, we were going to have 3 distinct zones, right? This was going to be for the computers, this was going to be for the robots, and that one down there was going to be for the VR. And each of those zones was going to use a train to supply all the sectors in the valley, right? But since that's not working, if what I do today works and keeps working, then we can still keep going with that design. I just don't know how big we can, like, I don't know if we never go back to trains or anything like that. That being said, if it doesn't work, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the 3 sectors and I'm going to turn them into mixed sectors. So basically what I will do is I would turn each of these into their own mixed sector, right? So we would put robots over here and VR over here as well as this, right? And then in this one, we would put computers in and VR in the back. And over here, of course, we would put robots in and computers over here, right? We would turn these into mixed zones, mixed industrial zones. That way, the distance to drive to get into the valley would, for each of these, would be, what, divided by 3, right? So that's what I'm going to try to keep them separate because I still like that plan. But if it doesn't work, I am prepared to turn the 3 areas into mixed industrial areas. I'm just kind of hoping to avoid it. Because, I mean, don't get me wrong. Every series I do has lots of experimentation, and some of it works and some of it doesn't. I mean, people, that's just my life right there. Some of it works and some of it doesn't. But obviously, we want to, we would like to have it work. Working is good, right? I mean, it's a little bit of a bummer when an experiment doesn't work. So we are hoping to have it work. But if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. We'll work our way through it, I guess, and then see what happens. I am just trying to fix up the power lines to kind of clean up a few things here. Do that, and is that where you're going to run the power lines across now, Max? Is that where you want to do it? Yeah, I think it's all right there. I just need to move a few more power lines here. You got like way too many extra power poles in the things. So let's clean this up. Do that, and do that. There we go. Okay, so let's get some road in here and see what happens after that, I guess. So I'm going to do this. Yep. And you're going to do this. And sure, this is fine. This is perfectly fine so far. Well, you haven't done much, Max. Well, yeah, but I'm working on it. Don't put that much pressure on me. Okay. Okay. So 2 roads, 2 highways, 2 things. This is an awful lot of concrete if you start blowing stuff up here, Max. So let's try not to blow up too much, but we have to blow up enough to make things work. Sure, I can understand that. Can you? Because, I mean, let's say you do 2 at a time here. That's going to be 2, 4, 6, 8, 12, 14, 16. That's like 8 highways of each type. That's 3 8s. That's 24 highways. I mean, that's pretty intense. Well, yes, but you probably had that if you probably had twice that amount in your cube series, so that's probably okay. Sure. I guess it is what it is. It is what it is, so let's just do it. So, get your butt down here. Let's go. Okay. So, I hate that. This is costing you money, Max. Oh, well. Life costs me money sometimes. Sure. Well, I guess. Now, let's see. Do this, do that, do this. You should be raising this, right? Like, I really should be. Just like by having raised highways and then having them come down, it makes traffic stuff. Because now I'm going to have to build exit ramps off of this, and it's going to have to go up instead, and that's a lot of pain. Gosh darn it, game. Why couldn't you make the trains work? I was so happy with the trains. But no, you didn't want to make the trains work. Whatever. I'm so disappointed. So disappointed. Alright. But we'll make this work for now. Okay. Coming up this way. Okay. Yeah, we got to get rid of that little bridge there shortly, but we'll do that in a minute. Where are our gondolas? There's all right. So this is gondola number 4. I don't have to go past this point with computers today. So this is where we will stop for this first one. And yes, you do have gas that needs to go up there, Max, but you're not going to worry about that right now because this is a mess. So let's just cut that off. Look at the traffic mess here. This is so bad. Okay, life is good. All the things. Do you try to have some sort of normacy here where you try to at least be a little organized? Okay, that's fine. We'll do it that way. Push this, push that. Okay, and then replace road. There we go. All the way up to here. And then you're going to have to build some sort of intersection going into there. Okay, sure. This is fine. But not for this road. This road only needed 2 sections, dude. You got to do this twice. Okay. Do this, do that. And you realize you got to put 16 lanes of road on that side, right? If you don't leave enough room for this, dude, this isn't going to work. Future-proofing, Max. Future-proof. Future. Who cares about the future? I mean, I'm barely doing good enough to get along with today. So, the future. Oh, we'll talk about the future later, mister, and the future isn't friendly. So, do that. How come this is crooked? How did you mess that up by 1, Max? Really? You had to mess that up by 1 square. Oh, darn it. Fine. We'll deal with the 1 square for now. Come up to here. Do all the things. So yes, first road doesn't need to come up this high, so it's not so bad. Okay, get rid of this. Where's our gondolas there? There they are. Okay, gondola 1 and gondola 2. Krypton. Oh man, that is Krypton. It's such a cool name. Are you not entertained? He is a maniac. What a maniac. I appreciate that. I appreciate that very much. Okay, let's get this in here so I can pull all my hair out because this is going to be crazy. Yep. Let's kill this off because you hated this highway anyway. And let's get this into that. You're going to have to kill some of this track off. Let's get this fixed up and running and all the things. There we go. Which highway do you want? Really? You're off by 1, are you? Well, I got a solution for you, mister. There, do that. All right. And done. All right. That's going to get you into that gondola. And this is going to get you into this gondola. Right here. Boop. Let's back this highway off by 1 for a moment so as I don't lose my mind. And done. You don't need it to be that fancy, but we'll do that. There you go. And we'll scrub that. Okay, so that is going to get that first cell into the first 2 gondolas. Let's get in the second highway here and get that into the second cell. All right, there we go. Come down this way. Plug you into there. And then you're going to come along here. Do all the good things. You know you could try to fix this road now, right? Because you took that first one out, and then you could say, like, yeah, I fixed it. Yeah, well, all right, let's fix it. I mean, you're already destroying, like, what, 50,000 concrete at a time here. I mean, you might as well fix it and fix it good. Sure, if that's what you want to do to convince yourself, Max. All right, let's do this all the way up. Yeah, that road is really crooked, dude. Yep, push the button. Yeah, see, that was only 2,000 concrete and a bunch of things. All right, so this is where you need the next one to come through, Max. Yep, boom, boom, all the things. You're gonna have to take this track out. I do hope this saves the city, right? I really do, because obviously I have not to say I have big plans for the future, but I do have plans for the future on working on these new bigger maps, right? And if this doesn't work, well then a lot of those plans could be in jeopardy. So, we want things to work. Do that. Okay, so you're going to do gondola 3, and of course you will do gondola 4. So let's get a road in here. Excellent. You're probably going to have to upgrade that road to a 3-lane road, dude, because you're going to have other traffic coming from other directions. Well, yeah, I might, but I'll deal with that in a minute. Okay. You let me know when that minute arrives, would you? Sure, no problem. Yep, boom, boom, all the things. Sure. Push that to there, and that's number 4, and you can kill the rest of this road off. Excellent. So that is computers and home appliances divided into 2 sectors. Each sector, or each one of them, should be able to do both, but we do have 2 backups here, right? This is the nice part about this as well. I am kind of doing this with backup. So we do have these 2 factories on standby that we could plug into both of these roads, and they would work, and hopefully would save all the pain and suffering that I'm about to go through. It's perfectly fine. Okay, clean this all up because it's bad. Now you got to go get some home robots. Yeah, home robot time, people. It's home robot time. Sure. Yeah, look at me blowing up all them cars. Boy, is that ever gonna make this? Is that ever gonna make the computer lose its mind? Okay, so home robot time, people. Let's get on with that. Wow, what a mess this is. Okay, take this all out. There we go. Done like dinner. So let's talk about them pictures. So, first of all, I do hope the birthday party's really cool, right? Because I mean, birthday parties are awesome. But yeah, the appreciation of the picture is the off topic for today, and basically, yeah, it's a bit of a disappointment, isn't it not? Because it's one of those things where it's like, now, how many of these are you going to need? I don't know. This is scary. The problem with, obviously, with today's pictures is that people just don't appreciate the pictures they have, right? Like I made a conscious effort for many years to print pictures off or get printed pictures for photo albums. In the last 10 years, I have not, and that has been, well, and I'll say the last 7 years. The last 7 years, I have not done a great job of it. But, ever since cell phones came out, one of the things I did a big push on was to make sure that I had no problem taking lots of pictures, but as soon as I could, I would actually go through and I would actually get the pictures taken to a store. And at least if I wouldn't print all the pictures, but at least what I would do is I would pick 24 of the best pictures of whatever it is I was doing. And I would go to the store and I would do a 24 print, just like you would with the old film camera, right? Because old film cameras were usually done in 24 prints, right? So I would take 24 of my best pictures and I would go do that. And the reason is that basically it's so easy nowadays just to take 100 pictures and then 4 years later you upgrade your phone or whatever, or you've taken 2,700 pictures later and you can't find anything, and it's crazy, right? It's crazy. What's been my issue with trains? All right, let's talk about trains. Actually, and again, this is speculation. This is speculation with this map. All right, with the update. Now, the train would seem to be working really good, but I don't think it's a train problem. I think it's a calculation problem with the new map size. So just to quickly explain it, as you can see here, I have lots of buildings that are crashing, right? That's why we're doing all this work today. As you can see here, we have home robots. They're in desperate need, right? This building is downgrading and we're going to lose it. As you can see, oh, well, now it's only delivering one robot. Why is that? All right, well, it did say 6, right? So basically, this is about to crash. It wants home robots. It did say 6. I don't know why it's saying 1 at the moment, but game, you're confusing. So it said it put out a request for 6 robots, and that's because for home robots, its max is 6. It can only hold 6 at a time, and then it will slowly count down until it gets down to a certain number. I think the problem is the amount of touch points in delivering that robot, along with the new distances of the new maps. The problem there appears to be the calculation was never updated for the buildings to make the requests sooner so as it could deliver the robots in time. So what's happening is as I was been growing the city out, I have not been segmenting this city. In my previous game series of the Cube and the Core and stuff, each of these were their own little independent mini cities. But I have not been doing that this time, and when it started to crash, everything started to crash because, of course, that's how InfraSpace works. So, with trains in the mix, the trains themselves seem to be working fine, but I think the problem was just the amount of touch points plus the new size of the map. The buildings are not making the request soon enough and are not able to hold enough reserve to handle their requests. So in this case, with the amount, I think what did we count? A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Yeah, so we calculated that were 6 to 8 touch points with trains involved. But if I take the trains out of the equation and I segmented these back off into their own little individual cities and I hook them up directly to the factories that are going to feed them, I've now reduced that 8 touch point to a 4 touch point. And at the same time, I've also, if one of the segments is having troubles with like supplies and stuff, the other 3 segments will be unaffected. So that's what we're going on with that. So to answer your question, that's what's up with trains. I'm hoping to put trains back in later, but right now I'm just trying to save the city because... I've done this. I did the Cube series with 100,000 people. I did my Core series with all my crazy mega circles. I've done a lot of huge builds in this game, even on the smaller maps. But it's always been a little bit of a trick to the game where if you're building a big city as a big city and the city has problems, the whole city will crash, right? I've always said unless you're really trying to do a super big build, I would go for the whole segmented city with dedicated factories. That way you can control if like one of the segments fails, no problem. Your other ones don't fail along with it, and that's what we're doing now. We're actually segmenting them off. So you can see here, every one of these computer factories is going to feed 2 sectors of city. And they're getting their own separate gondolas and the whole 9 yards, and hopefully that will fix everything up. If I don't pull all my hair out first. Because I'll tell you right now, this is crazy. So 2. So you got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Is this going to be enough, Max? I don't know. 16. Sure, that works for me. Okay, so let's say I get 16 sectors. That's going to be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Is that going to be enough sectors? Yeah, let's plan on 16 sectors, and if it's more later, then I guess it's going to be a thing, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 is 8. Right. Yep, that's how we're going to do it. We're going to do it that way. Sure. Now, to come back the other way, let's grab some road. Wow. This is... You're gonna have to delete some of this here, Max. Sure. Boom, 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 boom. All the things. So yeah, back to my digital pictures. Yeah, I like digital pictures. Place in directory, sort by event name and data, save on the cloud. Right. And I mean, that's all. I mean, there's nothing. Cell phones themselves, have literally opened up. I mean, have opened up a digital revolution of pictures. The problem is that people are not doing anything with those pictures. And then the next thing you know, they're just buried on a hard drive somewhere. But if I go downstairs in my house, like I have on my walls and on my shelves, actual photo albums. Like, I know, it's scary, right? Of key events in time for me that I can look at every single day when I walk by without being near a computer, and I can say, oh, look, I remember being on that trip. I love that trip. Oh, I remember that day. That was a great day, right? I just find print has kind of gone by the wayside, right? And it's unfortunate because, people are taking lots of pictures and then, don't look at them for 20 years. And then it's like, the next thing, then you have this big, emotional moment many years down the road saying, I should have looked at these pictures before and blah, 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 and I've waited so much time. And yeah, you did. It is what it is, right? So I don't know. That's my hot take on pictures. I still try, even though if I every once in a while, and like I said, I have not done it recently, and that's just because life has just been so crazy, and I haven't really been taking a lot of pictures in recent years, and that too is a fault. I should be taking more pictures. I did start trying to do that again about 6 months ago. That way I would at least have some pictures, and I have taken some pictures of some areas, but I'm still getting back into the hang of it. So, and then of course I'll go through all them pictures, pick a few out, and then we do that. My father does the same thing, by the way. He likes to go through all the pictures and then pick some of them out, and then make a photo album, right? He'll say, okay, we went through, we took all these pictures, but like these 24 are awesome, or these 48 are awesome. Now, he goes a little crazy sometimes and prints like 400, but I mean, it's perfectly fine if that's what he does, right? I've had to move several times. Albums are a nightmare in that process. That all depends, right? I mean, you have a dedicated box for just putting albums in, but yeah, I mean, it's every time you change phones, it's a pain in the butt. All right, it's just a pain in the butt. Okay, we need to get highways and things. Sure. Where are you gonna put this first one? Well, you're gonna put it. Leave that up there for a minute, dude. Because you gotta follow this road down. Do this. Let's go get us some robots. Now, Max, are you going to try and do a 2-for-1 here? If that's what you're going to do, then you need to upgrade this road. That's going to be risky. Yeah, but you know what? You got to run a little risk here. Holy smokes, man! Like, surely the game can figure some of this out, right? I mean, let's push it a little bit. All right, I'll agree with that. I'm probably going to disagree with it. So what we're going to do is the roads running for robots and for the robots and the VR education roads are going to be a shared road. Now, true, they will only do 2 segments at a time, but basically it's kind of like putting both. But I've done this. I mean, we did this in the other series, in the Cube series, and somewhat in the core series. So it's not like VR and robots take up nearly as much as home appliances do. Like, you got to look at it over here, right? Home appliances is a 0.2, right? Computers is a 0.2. Robots is a 0.2. And VR education is a 0.1. So there's a little less traffic on the road with VR and robots, whereas the other two are sharing like they'll put more out in general. So I think that's what you gotta be a little worried about. Okay, so you've dragged that road all the way up here. Well, that's great. Let's get the robots on this road. Okay, first set of robots. This is all junk, people. Boom, boom. All the things. Boom, boom. Now, again, this robot setup should be more than enough to do 2 segments. I mean, this is a pretty intense... I mean, this is an intense build. Like, in my core series, each of them little mini setups I had in the core... in the cube series, I mean... only had 2 robot factories, and they would do an entire cube of 2,600 people. So these things are doing 4 robots each. I mean, doing 4 things down there. This should easily be doable. Easily doable. Is it going to work? Heck no, I don't know. This could blow up in my face, but it's going to look good if it does. I almost lost my paper picks due to my movements. And I'm not saying you like that digital copies aren't good, because I mean they are good. I mean, like, there's nothing wrong with digital copies at all, because one, yeah, like if something happens, digital backup is awesome, right? Cloud forever. Woo! I mean, you are talking to a computer person of 30 years, right? So, I mean, like, hey, I am all for digital copy. Okay. That being said, I'm for digital copy for the storage aspect of it. That being said, I still believe in having the hard copy for the actual enjoyment of it, right? You know, like when I'm done this stream and I'm going down the stairs and I look across and I see the picture of like Hollywood Tower Hotel, you know, and us doing the drop back in 2008, I'm good. I'm like, yeah, that was a great day, right? But I get to see that all the time, and it's great. I don't have to hunt for it in a digital format, but I have it in digital format because if something goes wrong, like, you know, house burns down or something, then yes, I can do a thing and you know, digital copy. Awesome, right? So I guess that's the best way I can explain it. I can't explain it any other way, I guess. Well, that's the way I'm going to explain it, because it's the only way I can explain it. Okay, so there we've got. That is the first set of robots. Where are you going with them robots, dude? You didn't finish this highway. Well, I mean, I made it sound really good, right? Right up to the point where you did nothing with it, Max? Yeah, I mean, I was making it sound really good, though. Cool. So, you're going to finish the road now? Sure, why not? We'll just come down here. I think we'll just go up and over this. I'm not really in the mood to deal with an intersection. So we'll come down. There we go. Let's go. And then here, we'll go up one, go over, come down one, and we'll keep going. Now, obviously, this, boom, where do you want to go with this? Right there? Let's go back to this shape. And is that the right one? No. Darn it. Well, here, back up one. There you go. You're good. We'll go this way, and this is the first one we can hit, and then we can hit this one down here. Okay, and done. Okay, I really wish they would fix that little bug. but whatever. I'll deal with it. You probably should upgrade this road, though. Yep. So these entry roads are going to have to be 3 lanes. I really wish we had 4-lane roads. I really, really do. But we don't. So 3-lane roads it is. I'll have to make it work. Okay. All right, there we go. So that is going to be the robots for these guys. And now we'll go get the other ones for these guys. Cool. We live here without any paperwork. Just on verbal agreement. Me too. Strong feelings. But I don't have these feelings yet. I wish I could say here, but it's not my property for... Yeah, I can understand that. But I'm not talking about the property itself, right? Like, I'm talking about, like, again, I'm not saying you got to have, like, 50 photo albums and 100 pictures on the wall, right? What I'm saying is that, like, if I was going to move tomorrow, I could put all my photo albums, and all the pictures I have on a wall into a single plastic bin container, right? And that would be fine, right? That being said, I like having the stuff on the wall so I can see it and enjoy it. I guess is where I am. What do you want to do now? Let's go get that other line, because you got to get it down here, dude. Okay. Second line. Sure. Take that off. Do this, and let's hope for the best. Let's. I mean, we put a lot of work into this episode. We get to have the fun pew pew laser episode, and now you got to do the serious hard work episode. Whatever. I enjoyed the pew pew laser episode. We haven't shot a single laser today. It's very disappointing, people. It's very disappointing, and this is why you should have put these on bridges, Max, because you're going to have a problem feeding these roads like this without making intersections. Well, okay, we'll have to deal with it later. I mean, that's something it's not that I can't fix that offline. And it's not like I don't have the concrete or the steel. I've got 700,000 concrete. I'm pretty sure I can handle it. So if I have to fix things up here, I will. Do that. Come down here. Okay, guess what, guys? This is for you. And this one's for you. Can we fix this road here to take advantage of that node? Let's try to. Let's try to fix it to take advantage of the node. All right, there we go. There we go. And do that. Hopefully it doesn't. Yeah, it looks pretty good. All right, excellent. Now you got to get the other robots on this road. All right. This is the part where you're going to hate yourself because you got to do things now. Okay. You're going to do this. You're going to have to go up one, over like this, and then down one, and then this road here. Like I said, for now, I'm just willing to do this little maneuver. It's fine. But I'm probably going to have to do this on raised platforms like these, right? I mean, this is why you do raised roads, so you can take intersections off them wherever you want, right? This is why you do this. Now you can see why, like, when you don't do that, how messy this gets really fast. So, we'll make it work for now, but, what do you, whoa. Yeah, do this, dude. And I know that's all in the wrong direction. Why are you doing that in the wrong direction, dude? Do that. All right, there we go. So that's going to be the robots. Let's now deal with VR education. You don't have this. You don't have this double-sided yet. Ugh. Yeah. Okay. Sure, it's fine. How many segments do I have here? You're going to kill that one off. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Do you want to do 8? 8 would be better. Okay. So if we do 8, where does that put me? 2 VR education. These ones are going to be the tricky ones because we may actually need to have 2 of these per route. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook these up temporarily like this. What we'll do is we'll actually just borrow these roads for now, and for the moment, because these are all on the same side, for the moment I'll just run them like this. So you can kill this road off, and then you two can run down here. We'll kill these connections off for now so as we can see if this works okay. We're going to kill this cell off here anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And let's run this road down. Nope, stop doing that. There you go. And we live here without paperwork. It's just a verbal agreement. It's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine, people. Who needs agreements on anything? Dude, totally understandable. Totally understandable. I remember, here's a story for you. I remember we were, me and 5 others. Boy, this is going back to my 20s. Me and 5 others were renting a townhouse. And let's just say the landlord didn't really want to deal with a lot of paperwork. So, hey, it made it easy for us, made it easy for him, right? The nice part about it is that when it came time to move, you just packed up and moved. like no paperwork, and nothing could be done about it. It was perfectly fine. So sometimes you just gotta do stuff. You just gotta do stuff. It's all right. All right, so that has now got the robots hooked in. I am doubling up on them factories, but I'm just a little nervous because VR is always a little tricky, and it's VR, right? You just never know. All right, wrong button. Thanks, left hand. Okay, so we've got that all hooked up. This is all totally useless now. This is all junk. Yeah. Do you want to take that road out? No, I'll leave the road in for now. One of it's going the wrong way. It's going to cost me a fortune to flip it, but I'm okay with that. These are hooked in. Yes. You guys are hooked in. Well, I mean, I literally am, this is so much overkill. We should be fine. This should be fine. Are you going to save this before you turn on the button? You probably should, Max, because you're going to turn on the button and it's going to get ugly. Okay. You still have to, you have to do that, dude. Sulfur is a problem. Yup. What are you going to do about the sulfur? Darn it. I don't know. What do you want to do with the sulfur? And the gas. You got to fix this gas problem too, dude. Gee whiz. Now you're asking me for like 3 things at once. That's really mean. Well, look. Just fix it so that you can do something with it. All right. All right. Yeah, come on. Think about it, game. I know, game. It's really painful. But I mean, you're only connected to a few miners here. Like, this isn't. It shouldn't be the end of the world. There you go. Come on. You can do it. All right. There we are. You're gonna pull that down one, and you're gonna lose your mind. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Yeah, this is. I don't know what they got to do to make this calculation better, but there should not be this kind of frozen. It shouldn't freeze the game that badly to recalculate like 4 buildings. It's just, I don't know. It just doesn't seem right. Okay, so you got to get this hooked in here because you got to keep providing that gas. Well, do I really? Well, no, not really. But I mean, I'm not worried. I mean, yeah, I'm not worried about doing silly science at the moment. But we are going to need it soon enough because we want to keep drilling, people. We got to keep drilling. Do this, do that. There we go. That'll get the gas up there. What are you going to do with the gas? Well, you're going to build a highway out here, like this. Yep, and then somewheres around here, you're probably going to go up one. No, you're gonna have to go up 2, dude. And then up over this highway, and then back down 2. And then you can keep going. All right, up to this road. All right, well, you're a little off, but that'll do. That'll at least keep the gas going to the science for now. Oh, yeah, you gotta like start making crazy stuff like this. It's awesome. Okay, so we're gonna deal with that. All right, but that doesn't solve your sulfur problem, dude. You didn't solve any of the sulfur problems. You got the food going out, but you got no sulfur coming in. So what are you going to do about that? Okay. Well, let's fix the sulfur problem. So, in, and in. I know, game. Think about it. So, that's you. What about you? Just a second. Do that, and do this. There we go. And zoom out. Now, this one up here. Where's the exit for this one? Let me go look around here for a second. That is for the city, dude. That is not the exit for the food. So where are you gonna put the food exit in? Well, I mean, you can put the. I would. Yes, put the entrance here. Do this, and then put the food exit over here. Sure, works for me. Do that. And what is this? This is city, right? This is city. Oh, that is methane. That's methane outbound. But I don't think we actually are going to use that methane for now, right? Well, I could hook it into this road. It's not like it's impossible. It's just you're going to have to do this little maneuver with it. So methane inbound will be this road here. And we'll just plug it into the road like that. That way it can get in there, and then it should never really use that methane. This here's more than enough for the science. But anyway, we'll make this work. Okay, I think that's about it. I think we've got almost everything rehooked up. Oh, except for the sulfur, dude. Gee whiz, man. Like, are you gonna plug the like? Don't blow this up. You can't afford it. Like, you've just done a lot of work. Don't blow this up, dude. Okay, well, let's get a couple of gondolas in. A couple of gondolas. We'll put one. Where are you gonna be? Right about here somewhere. Sure. Yeah, right about here somewhere. Flip. All the things. Come into the valley. Coming into the valley of the shadow of the death. What are you cranky about? Why are you cranky? Oh, well, because you're backwards. That's why. I hate that. Yep. Flip. No. Flip. Okay, there we go. It's all good. Okay, there we go. We're going to do this. And you're going to do that. And then you're going to come down here. We're going to flip you. There you go. And put you in. There you go. What's it? Really? You're clipping through the buildings? Really? That's nifty. Oh, now I'm clipping through the other gondola. Sure. Hold on a second. 1, 2. Wow, this is actually really intense, people. This is really intense. I got double gondolas here. I didn't realize we were going to get this close. All right. Look at that. We squeezed it in. It's all right. It's good. It's fine. All right, here we go. We're going to bring you out here. Plug into that, and that will allow you to get sulfur wherever we want it, right? Do you need to put a second one in? No, I don't think. I think we're all right with just that one sulfur for now. So let's get rid of the rest of this road. Yep. Goodbye. See you later. And I do have sulfur on my main highway trunk over there. I've been using this sulfur here for the farms for a while now, so we will probably, if the city doesn't crash, we will probably fix it up later. There we go. All right, there we go. So that is going to take all the things. Sulfur is ready to go. It's going to come down here, come down on the gondola. I mean, this is going to be awesome. All these gondolas working and stuff. All right, save the game, Max. Do this. Save game. Yep. And then you're going to go GIGA 16. Okay, let's hope this doesn't blow up. All the fingers and the toes are going to cross. Let's back to the game. And just to celebrate, let's pew pew a laser. You know, because that's the way I like the party like it's $12.99 with lasers. All right, so let's do this with laser action. Here, pew pew that. All right, here we go. This is because we got to use the laser now because it's kind of like our good luck charm for all the things. Okay. Yep, thank you very much. All right, let's turn it on. Please don't miss anything. Okay, let's turn it on super fast. I'm assuming this is going to lose its mind over here, right? Are you guys going to release all the cars and all the things? Yes, you are. Good. And that's okay. That's expected because obviously I just deleted like 10,000 cars off of them highways. What are you guys doing? Nothing. Are you going to release some cars and some things? No, not at the moment. You're feeling very confident about yourselves. All right. Okay. Meanwhile, we are going to end up with some shortages here, so I guess we'll find out soon enough how bad that is. I actually like that interchange. I will take that. I don't like that interchange, but we'll fix it later. Not enough power in network 2. Whoa. What? Where? Why? What happened here? Did we blow something up that's really bad? You probably did. Oh, yeah, you probably blew up something really bad here, right? Listen. All right, so you've got power. Yes. What power do you have? You do not have power, mister. Do you have power? Nope. Oh, I see the brake. All right, we're good. Whoosh. Yeah, nothing like losing an entire game city to a power outage. Boom. Please tell me we have power now. No? Yes, we do. No, you still don't have power, dude. Why not? I see. Oh, okay, because you still... Why are you disconnected? Do that. Please have power now. Thank you. Whoosh. Okay, I mean, we're already going to be dealing with enough problems. The last thing we need is more problems. So we have traffic. So this is traffic coming from robots, and right? Yeah, so these are home robots. Great. That's awesome. These are robots. Oh, there's VR education coming down. And yes, that's exactly what we want. So that is segregated off. Excellent. They are making their way down here. Is anybody going to make this first turn, though? Well, I guess they don't have to. There's no real request for that turn yet. So let's just hit the play button. We'll see what happens. This actually looks good so far. We'll see how much... I mean, it's going to take like 5-10 minutes before we balance the city out anyway. Did you already shoot that rock? Really? I mean, I'm here for laser celebration, people. Yeah, you already shot the rock. Well, listen, you can't shoot the rocks that fast. Here, shoot more of the rocks, all right? And shoot these silly little plants, too. They drive me crazy. Pew pew, all the things. Yeah, celebration of the things. Pew pew with the laser. Do that. So let's see how bad things get here. I'm sure I'm going to hate every moment of it, but it is what it is. So we have some downgrading, but we knew we were going to get some downgrading until it's going to have to redo all this calculation, right? This wasn't going to happen within like 30 seconds. Hopefully we have some cars getting here at some point in time. All right, listen, while you're shooting the laser, let me try to figure out life here. Talk to me. What are you doing? Currently being delivered. None. Well, that's not good. None of this is being delivered. Let's go a little faster. Is anybody going to deliver anything to these guys? Because, I mean, you know, reasons. So we have more people losing their minds on home robots. Currently being delivered, none. All right, well, let me go stare at that for a second, would you? Did I totally mess this up or what? This would be this road. And this would come down here. This would be on this road. And that would be this traffic. Yeah, that looks fine. You got 40. I mean, this is full, people. It doesn't get any fuller than that. Why aren't you letting the cars out? Usually that means there's a road messed up somewhere. Why does that mean that? That would, like, see how there's lots of cars coming out that other side, but there's none coming out this side? That's bad. Okay, what do we got here? What are you? What are you, sir? You're orange. You're like, yeah, you're copper of all things. Where are you going? Oh well, you'll help me with this investigation. Look at this maneuver. Look at this maneuver. So it's going to come down here. Then it's going to go back up the gondola and then take this. Wow, copper. Well, okay, but that does point out the fact that, hey, guess what? That connection is not broken. If it's able to figure that out, then them robots should have been able to figure this out. Like, I mean, from there, let's just double check these lines. I mean, all them arrows are going in the right direction. Yeah. Here, grab your little tool here, dude. Yep. I mean, that all looks good. That all looks good. I mean, it looks good. Why aren't you guys spitting at a game? You do some really weird things sometimes. If you'd be so kind as to spit out them robots, because there's a whole city looking for robots down there, right? Yeah, what are you doing? Oh, no. All right, so where's this guy going? He's got motors. He's going for a drive. Where's he going? He's going the same place that copper is. He's like, oh, I'm going on. I don't know why that is, but... Okay, well, then let's check down here, because maybe down here's the problem. It is the problem. Oh, no. Yes, you did mess this up, Max. You forgot to hook this in. You goof. Listen. My bad. Listen, guys, that's my bad. Let me fix this. Yep, do this, do that. And please tell me that's going in the right direction. If it's not, it will be now. And then, of course, yes. All right, that is my bad. Yeah, you forgot to hook these all in, dude. All of these cities were going to drop off in about 40 seconds if you didn't hook these up. Only City 1 was going to get his stuff because, duh, he's the only one that ever had an initial connection in the first place. So this guy, of course, has his connection because he's always had a connection. That's 2. That's 3. This is 4. So, do this, do that, and do this maneuver. There you go. There, that should fix this up. Now, as soon as I hit the play button, this should lose its mind out here, so we'll go stare at this for a second. All right, guys, I know, I messed that up. Yeah, you guys can, guess what, guys? I know, look at all the trucks pouring out. They're like, holy beep, we got stuff to do. We got so much stuff to do. I'm like, yeah, that's my fault, guys. That's my fault. Look, I've been under a lot of pressure today. So this is going to get messy here for a few minutes, but that's perfectly fine. This hopefully here, what time is it? 1:42. In 15 minutes, this will balance. Hopefully this will balance out, and then it's all good in the neighborhood. So we'll sit back, kind of watch this plan out for a bit, and now that we kind of almost blew things up, we got lots of gondola action. Should try, yeah, upgrades, people, upgrades. That's what I want to see, upgrades. Yeah, do upgrades. No, downgrades, boo. I mean, okay, I did break you, but, I mean, listen, it'll be fine in a minute. Yes, upgrades, people. Yeah, upgrades. Listen, talk to me. Yes, currently being delivered, 2. Will the 2 get here in time? You tell me. You tell me. Magnum. How's the city doing, big guy? Magnum PI on the case, of course. You know, he's got it all that. You know, and TC's girlfriend here. We're keeping an eye on VR education. Currently being delivered, none. I am a little worried about that. You know, listen. It would be better if that number didn't say 0. I would like it if it said like a bigger number. Current being delivered, 2. I am happy to see the upgrades, but upgrades won't mean nothing if these things don't get here in time. It would be better if there was more than 1 being delivered for that too, but we'll see what happens. All right. We have lots of cars whipping in here, though. That's nice to see. I'm very happy about that. Oh, yeah. That's City 4, isn't it? Yeah, these guys are going to be really cranky. Okay, listen. I know, guys. I messed that up. I really did. But don't be that cranky. Look, why isn't there any? Why aren't you getting any deliveries? You know, yeah, 5 or yeah. So you're downgraded. You're done. And again, I'm not surprised about that for the first couple minutes of this, especially since I just messed that up, right? The question becomes is, will it figure out this calculation after the fact, or is it actually like suffering that much? So let's have a look at the numbers here. Okay, how you doing? 0, 0, 0. These are all zeros, Max. That's making me very nervous. Okay, well then let's put the other robot factories on, and we'll help them. We'll help them adjust. Again, this should have been enough factories. 4 robot factories. That should have been more than enough for them 2 small sectors. Like really, we shouldn't need this amount of robots. I'm very surprised. Anyway, let's go over to VR education. We'll let them guys catch up on home robots because they're losing their minds. Well, let's see what VR education's got for us. So we've got 0 there, 4, 3, 1, nothing there. We got 32 there. That makes me happy. And 0. All right, well, that's no surprise. We got 26, 14, 35, and 28. That's excellent. That means these are connected to sectors 1 and 2. And that means if sectors 1 and 2 are stabilized, that means sectors 1 and 2, those are being super stable. Like, super stable. Right, Magnum? You betcha. Oh, yeah, Magnum's like, yeah, I got this under control, dude. I got this. You know, hold my beer, dude. I got this. Right? These guys, yeah, look at this. VR education looks great. Yep, that looks good. Yeah, so obviously the VR, we could probably use one of those at a time for each of these sectors, and it would be fine. But I don't mind pairing them up for double sectors. It's okay. Home robots, 5 are being delivered. That should fix you guys. TC, what's up, big guy? I was wondering where you were. Listen, your girlfriend's running all the show over here, right? I hope you're realizing that. You know. Anyway, just saying, TC. You know, like she's running the show, right? She's got all the go, and you got nowhere to go, dude. Nowhere to go but up. So get me some robots. There you go. Okay. So looks like I'm not surprised about the robot count coming down now because I just slammed on a bunch of extra factories that I really shouldn't have had to do. But meanwhile, can we get a really cool shot of like this double gondola system going on over here? This is, oh yeah, home. Yeah, see now I'm a little worried because home appliances are going to be a problem. Why are home appliances a problem? Is it because you're still calculating, or is it because the map can't calculate? Though I am digging the double gondola thing. I am enjoying this a lot. With laser in the background, of course. You got to have laser in the background. I mean, that's just awesome. What am I shooting there? What am I shooting? I don't know what I'm shooting. I just know that I got laser in the background. Okay, listen. What is going on with home appliances? Currently being delivered. 4. All right. Well, whoa. Whoa. Okay, listen. All right. Stop. Game. Chill out. I think I might be breaking the game. I think it can't handle it. It's like, you know what, Max? People like you shouldn't be playing this game because you're just too hard on me. But yeah, see, we're still having delivery problems. I mean, sectors 1 and 2 look great, but sectors 3 and 4 don't look great. But I mean, unfortunately, when you make such a big change like this, I may need to give these guys time to break in. Oh, well, they did get stuff. No, they didn't. You did not get any stuff. Are you getting anything at all? 5 is being delivered. Okay, well, where is the 5? And is it going to get delivered here this week or next week? All right, well, you are delivering some stuff, I guess. Anyway, we'll see if it gets delivered fast enough. There should be no delays, though. We'll come out here. Is there any, like, traffic? OMG, what is going on here? Listen, you know what you should have done? Yup. You know, that 3-lane road that you did earlier? Yeah, they're in transit, right? Yeah, you said you were going to upgrade these roads, Max. You knew better. Okay, double check all this, would you? All right, so that one's upgraded. And that one's upgraded. Go check the other way. Yeah, they're in transit, and it looks like I should have upgraded these roads. That was dumb. Look at that. We got tailback happening all over the place. Blah, blah, blah. This is badness. And, of course, because they're all in transit, they're all going to lose their minds. Gee whiz. Okay, let's see if we can't help them out with a little bit of help here. What do you want to do about this? Well, gee whiz. I mean, this is fine. I'm actually okay with this little. Well, I'm not 100% okay with this. Listen, you guys have got to do something like that. All right, I don't need that road to do that, but at least if we can open up 2 lanes of traffic here, that'll be fine. All right, let's go down and see if we can't fix this mess first, because this is really where the mess is. So you're going to get 2 lanes. This second lane, I'm going to give to you instead, dude, because I think you're going to need it more. Let's go for some play button action on that. There, that hopefully will clean this up really quickly. Yeah, because we're getting very little computer traffic, so I'd rather do that computer traffic on that lane and then just leave these lanes open to get these guys emptied out. This will hopefully take care of this whole traffic thing. It's probably going to be a mess. This here is going to be a mess for a minute because... do you want to try and fix this? Yeah, okay. How are you going to fix that? Well, it turns out... I'm going to hate myself for it, but it turns out we're going to put a temporary bridge in here, and that will definitely fix it, but I'm not going to be happy about it. All right, do this, and do that. Up 1, come across, come down. Do that temporarily, and then this here is going to be, I'm going to do this. Do that and do this for that. All right. Okay, guys. That means you guys. Yeah, I know you guys are going to still try and get through there. Okay, look. You guys won't figure that out, so let me just help you out with that. There you go. All right, so that takes care of the traffic problem there, and takes care of the traffic problem there. And again, this is no. I'm not surprised about this. What's going on here now? What's going on here now? Why? No. Don't be like that. All right, I was gonna say you better clean this up. Clean this up really fast. Listen, are you all gonna do that? All right, let's make a slight change here. We'll do that. Do this and make it that way. There, that way they get dedicated lanes. If it's going to use the double outside lanes, then I'd rather just have dedicated lanes. I'm fine with that. Everything else is running good now. That all looks good. This looks great. Yes, we still have some residual tailback here from this, but I mean, it is what it is. Symbols, people. Where are we with the symbols? We have one symbol. Come on, guys, figure this out. Like, it's not like the end of the world here. Let's go up here to where robots and these guys merge, just to see if, like, this is going to be a total headache for me. I mean, it's already a total headache. Let's be perfectly honest. Yes, it's somewhat of a headache, but not the end of the world headache. I mean, it's actually not a bad looking intersection. I will say. And I'm assuming this one's the same way, right? Yes. So actually, I'm kind of all right with that intersection. I think it's got to finish working itself out from the initial mess I made. Yeah. So it's basically worked itself out as we're working our way down here. Yep. Traffic looks good right up to here. Everything looks good here, and also looks good here now. Excellent. And then we come down here, and there's a lot less traffic down here now. This one across, I mean, these guys have got it figured out, right? These guys have got it going on. These guys know what's going on, right? There we go. Look at that. See, there's no traffic problems down here. Okay, we'll let that. What do we got here? I got another 6 minutes to let this all bed in, and hopefully now that we've got that sort of sorted out. We can get these guys down here. I mean, I did release a whole bunch of robots at once. That was very mean of me. But they are figuring it out. They're getting it figured out. Yeah, so the traffic is moving now, right? Right, guys? Don't mess this up. Don't make me look bad. Okay. And hopefully this will fix this up. Where are we at with population? Well, it's nice to see it over 9,000 again, and stable at 9,000. I will take that. Where are you at? Currently, all right. So 6 are being delivered, but of course, I'm sure that's home appliances. Don't you dare mess that up. Listen, give this guy some home appliances, would you? I mean, the poor guys, they just want home appliances, people. Yeah, home appliances. Where's that going? Tell me one of them's going there. All right, maybe not. Oh, well, maybe. Are you going there? Yes, you are, too. See? Like, he almost made it. But now, is traffic the problem there? Not really. See, this is what worries me, right? Like really, like there's no traffic up here now. I mean, later tonight I will let this run for a while, and obviously I'll let this run for 2-3 hours in the background while I'm off doing my nightly items and the things, and I will hope that this works out okay, but I don't know. It's still questionable, right? I hope you guys... Are you guys working... I guess I could come stare at you guys. Listen, where are we with home appliances? Well, you got 30, 40, 02... Oh, I mean, there's lots of home appliances in that sector. What about this guy? What about these guys? Listen, where are you guys at? 00, 00, 00, 00, 00. Why are you all zeros? That is all zeros, dude. That's all zeros. Are you telling me that like those 2 sectors are eating up all of the home appliances? Get out of here. Those sectors aren't even that big. All right, do this here. Home appliances. The problem is this is way overkill for computers. Way overkill. Right? I mean, these oh, well, I say that, and these have nothing in them either. Wow. Okay, well, we'll get these guys going here. Listen, guys, you gotta let these guys out. Stop doing that. There you go, guys. You got a way out now. Yeah, I can't believe that it just ate up all of that home appliances. I don't know if that's just because it's still catching up, but one of these should have, these should have easily handled that. I mean, it's obviously, all right, so like this one factory is taking care of these two sectors here. And these two sectors here are bigger than these two. So why is one factory taking care of this, but not taking care of these, right? Like, it's just, is it a distance calculation problem? Because that just doesn't make any sense, right? Is the distance causing me the issue, or is it an unknown issue that I just don't see, right? It's hard to say. Well, I mean, it will definitely catch up with that extra factory on there, that's for sure. And like I said, I'm going to have to let this run in the background for probably 2-3 hours, because usually you don't really, it takes quite a while to see the balancing work out, especially when you're running numbers kind of tight. And I mean, these factories versus them sectors, they are relatively built somewhat tight, but I guess we're gonna have to wait. We're gonna have to count it out. We'll have to wait and see. We'll count it out, and it's looking okay, except for that one sector down there that's really bumming me out. But I can throw. Luckily I have the extra factories here to throw at it, right? But yeah, and I guess my concern is distance, right? I guess. And again, this comes back to the very start of the stream where I was saying, okay, on these new mega maps, do they need to recalculate these things? Like, do they have to tell this building, look, you have to ask for this stuff a lot sooner than you were before because you're not asking for it fast enough, right? I think that is part of the problem. I really do. I think the extra, because really this would be a full-size map in the previous version, right? Where them factories are and where this city core is, this would be like almost the limit of a city map, right? So is it pushing it past the limit now, right? Because see, now this guy's got home appliances, right? And people are moving in and life is good. So I guess we're going to have to see over the next couple hours now that we've got everything running. But at least I know right now what's running is dependable, right? These are very highly dependable. This is well-proven technology, right? I mean, I've built many mega cities built on this layout kind of structure. So now it just comes a numbers game. The numbers game is, are the gondolas causing me a problem? Is the distance causing me a problem? Because I know the road network won't be the problem, right? We'll see what happens, right? You'll see when it settles, right? Yeah, so then, yeah, that's exactly what we should see. What we should see happening in about an hour and a half is, you'll see what's happening over here, right? In about an hour and a half, we should see this, right? Where we get backup happening, right? Yes, some of them will be emptied out because they'll be sending stuff to the city. But you'll see some of these with backup because all of these are designed over and above what's there, right? So that's the thing. Sanchez, what's going on, big guy? Sorry, I missed. I've been very concentrated. I've been very focused, Sanchez. My bad. I hope it's all good in the neighborhood. It's been a very focused, intense episode. The city's alive, the city's dead, the city's back alive again, it's dead again. It's very intense. So nevertheless, this is what this is what I'm expecting to happen within the next couple of hours as these kind of settle down and life is good. I think it was just that the city was kind of starved there. I accidentally forgot to hook them roads up, and then it kind of starved the city out. But you can see here, we're already getting some number backups, right? So like these are building up. I'm assuming we got some backup happening here now. This looks good. So I think that's just what it is. I think it is just, we'll let the cities kind of do their things. Like there's no symbols here at the moment. So this actually looks really good. And we are almost to 700 of that magical drill power. Oh, yeah. Yeah, turn on that engine. Do all the drilling of the things. All right, we'll turn the engine off. Whatever. Yeah, we got almost 700 of that as we continue to grow up on that. That looks pretty good. So, yeah. I mean, that. Man, what an intense day this was. We had to tear out an entire rail network, tear out an entire road network. We had to tear out 2 sets of highways and reorganize one of them. And then we had to put in a whole new system to getting stuff into modularized cities. This was not what I had planned today, people. This was not the plan. But it is the plan now, and that's basically where we're going to start wrapping things up for the day. So, with that, I want to thank everybody for hanging out today. Even though I was pulling out all my hair. It was perfectly fine. Listen. Let's get us a laser to take us out for the day. Because that's one of the fun things we like to do. Laser beams, people. Laser beams. Okay. Just give me some stuff to shoot here on the wall. Shoot that. Shoot this. Yeah. Shoot. Okay. Well, here. Shoot that big flower, and then you can shoot that over there, and shoot this. Okay, so we have fixed up a bunch of stuff here today, and of course we've converted it all back to modularized road networking, and we'll see how it does, right? And of course, well, it's just like when we did the Cube series and stuff like that, right? Basically what I've done is I've basically converted this into cubes, though I don't really want to call them cubes. We'll call them in sectors. And basically now the question becomes, will distance between my 3 mega factory areas become an issue, or will it be stable enough that I can just keep those 3 areas and just add the highway networks required to make this work? That's where we're going to be with it. So, I mean, it is what it is. We'll make it happen. It's what I do. Of course, what do we got coming up tomorrow? Factorio. We're going to launch a rocket. Oh, yeah. Rocket. Yeah. My Def Leppard voice is a little off, right? That's why I'm not making the millions on guitar. But it is what it is. Rocket. Yeah, tomorrow for Factorio. And then, of course, that will be for tomorrow's stream. And then I'm not sure if I'll be streaming on Sunday or not. But the schedule then will be out on Sunday for next week. And next week, of course, we'll have Icarus Monday. And then, of course, we're going to have Factorio again, but it will be the speed run. Well, not the speed run. It will be the no spoon achievement. Now, again, I already have the achievement, but because I haven't played in a couple years, we'll be seeing if we can do the entire thing in under 8 hours now that we've gone through the game once and we've kind of relearned some of the tricks of the trade again, right? So tomorrow is Factorio, all the things. This, of course, has been InfraSpace. It's been InfraSpace GIGA. I almost said InfraSpace Cube because I've been converting all this stuff today. I'm Max. This, of course, has been InfraSpace GIGA, and we have. I'm not giving up on Canyon City. No way. In fact, it looks like it's stabled out now, which makes me very happy. Which means next episode, Canyon City is about to get some grow on, right? We're gonna work our way down the canyon and get some of the. We'll get more gondolas in. Make sure that they're well protected. We'll get some more highways in and get ready to start feeding them. And of course, we'll start getting the expansions going for our 3 sector zones. As Mr. Laserbeam is taking us out for the day, you doing a good job, girl. You doing a good job. I'm real happy about Laserbeam. We got Laserbeam. We got gondolas going up and down everywhere. I mean, it's just awesome. It's awesome sauce, people. It's awesome sauce. I want to thank everybody for hanging out today. Mr. O. Sanchez. Where? Let me go through the list of the things. How to win. Whoa. We're going all place. How to win. You know how it goes. All the things. And, of course, Nightbot. Well, Nightbot, I don't care about you. So, with that, I want to thank everybody for watching. I want to thank recent subscribers that are scrolling. And with that, I'm Max, and I will see you on the next one. Take care.